Can devs do something? Hey, traders. Welcome to the stream. Good to see y'all today. Where it was not good and then became good, right? Where the index funds were like beginning to roll over at their 50% 618s, right? Those reflexive rallies, and you were at session lows for the close. And Amazon reports earnings and has a spectacular beat, blockbuster performance, and it saved the entire market, right? Because I mean, Amazon's one of the largest percentages that comprises the S&P 500, which is like, the index fund. So yeah, that's gonna push everything up. Like, you can see what happened. You can see the mark. Like, if you go to the futures, which I actually have the futures up on my other screen where total should be. I'm cheating on total today on my other screen, chat. Here's your futures. S&P 500 futures reversing at a supply line, also high to low, 61.8% retrace. It was literally here at close or near close for the, when the bell rang around 44.71. And then Amazon, and here still Amazon propping up the entire market. People will be like, Snapchat too. Snapchat's not part of the S&P 500. Snap's up like 55% or something stupid. We can look at those, but yeah, Bitcoin, since it is a tech stock itself, it pretty much is in the S&P 500 kind of. I mean, based on literal performance of price action lately.
Would you take
right?
a look at BFRI? Thanks, Mitch.
What's up, Matthew Ray W? Yeah, BFRI, sure. So again, Bitcoin was at its lowest point too. Bitcoin was at 36,319. It was rolling over. And then as soon as Amazon reports earnings, Bitcoin rallies, literally synced up. Okay, there's no like, market participants that, I think it's like all synced up now. Like they completely control this market for now until something changes. Bitcoin is completely tamed by stock market participants now. And that's the way they wanted it. And I think that happened maybe all last year during a couple corrections, 30K, 40K back tests. That was the area. And now they can bend it to their will. So, and with, China, 2.1 billion people not able to trade or buy Bitcoin anymore, that's gonna, I wouldn't say exacerbate it, but that would amplify the ability for stock market participants to control Bitcoin or whatever. So, yeah, man, you're just still like kind of not at supports. You've already rejected the peak. You were showing bearish divergence. It's played out. It seemed like it was going to catch some follow through before earnings on Amazon. And you'd figure that eventually it could float on down to 34K again, the bottom of this little range of the sun. But whatever, man. Clown market. Very clownish market. I mean, is it really healthy when you see mega cap stocks literally swinging 20, 40% in like an hour on earnings? That's just not normal. Like, that just doesn't happen. Like, 5, 6, 8%, I got it. I understand. But dude, 20, 50%, that is wild, man. That's crazy. And then there was something about like Facebook, the way it dumped yesterday. I mean, it lost more market cap than 455 stocks on the S&P 500 combined. It's psychotic, man. I don't know, man. This market's very, hey, VIX is down. It's a 20 again, but it's still stupidly volatile. Like, whatever. So, you guys gotta think, what's gonna happen? After that rejection, but then more rejection. So it runs a test of supply lining and breaks it this time. You just put in a lower high than previous highs. I would think, though, remember the theory, the X, the A, you just create a B. You're working from B to C. It could be a higher low, and that's what we want. We want a higher low, and then a rally to the supply line again to break it, and then this is the dragon. Then there's a big rally to the 886, and then that's a big deal. What would happen there? That could be the major W to end it all. Anyway, so I don't have much to tell you. Bitcoin's not sitting at a support. It's not at critical areas. It did just make a lower low than its previous low from January 31st. But at the same time, flip your coin, I guess. Saved by one asset on another market.
It's time
pretty
to
much.
go all in on Hex. Time to swap your trash BTC for actual good crypto. Pulse chain soon, boys. Let's go.
Sorry. I have the smaller mug and the coffee's filled literally to the brim. And it's really hot, so I had to just like, that was not me doing something else. Look, let me show you. It's my coffee mug. Finally, I could drink some. So look, you can tell, you can see how much coffee's in there. So Bitcoin's too volatile, man. Yeah, right. So, okay, rally, test the supply line again. 38K, break it, dude. I don't, like, whatever at this point. Until you get to 40K or 30K, it's just hard to, you know, discern an argument. Altcoins look terrible. Like, they're bearishly consolidating at critical supports after already testing those critical supports multiple times in the past month. And then making lower highs, and then you're right back at them. You're just sitting there. But they're still catching bids somehow. Not very many yet, but it's just pathetic price action and still holding. Supports on all these altcoins still kind of holding everywhere, right? Ethereum, no support really, but hey, nice rally, man. Okay, you're gonna bullishly engulf at the heart line. You were falling. See what I'm saying? You were falling out of this like wedge now. Bearish engulfing candle.
You spit your coffee out, lol.
Fishbone thinks 420 did. Yeah, dude, go all in on Hex, man. No, like never go all in on anything. But I mean, Hex is okay. Did it do anything today? Remember, it was I mean, it's okay. It's as long as it's above 17.5 cents, you're golden on Hex. But I just really wish that some bids would come in. You know, bids at PCZs normally should happen, but they don't. It's normally just setting up for lower prices. But again, right? Ethereum, it broke down. It bearishly engulfed. It was over. And then Amazon reports earnings. And then Moon on Bitcoin, everything rallying off of Amazon. I wonder if gold futures or gold's up on that. I mean, it's just ridiculous market homogeny. So, okay, right, what could happen here? I mean, I'm just saying, the bearish divergence, I guess, played out. Trash performance. That kind of bearish divergence should normally usher in a wave down, where you hit maybe a measured move, you dump, but it's not. Look at all that's happening now. It's all this negative momentum, and right, maybe bullish engulfing candle, and you got yourself maybe hidden bullish divergence and development on the 4 hour after the bearish divergence. So you rally, okay, you come up, maybe 2,900 is in the cards. But dude, you got to understand, despite what happens here on Ethereum, until it breaks above not just 3,000, because 3,000 is super important based on historical support resistance, it has to recapture levels above $3,400 before you can even start talking about an actual trend reversal. That is the most recent discernible swing high of the downtrend you have been in, and it's very well established. It's visualized on your screen, right? So trend reversals, you have to recapture previous highs. That's like one of the steps. You know, step one could be breaking the supply line of the downtrend. Okay, then horizontal line resistance. You got to break that. So far, it's just some really, really nice bearish consolidation that could extend on to induce more buying, right? Maybe more liquidity is needed for massive markdowns again. But yeah, it's holding on because one mega cap stock on another market. I mean, that's literally, I was watching it in real time. Like Amazon, okay, the future, I'm watching the futures, I'm watching Amazon, they report, boom, everything in the world starts going up. So that's cool. Well, let's see, you got jobs report coming out tomorrow, expected to be bad. But if they expect it to be bad, it's not going to be relevant if it is bad. So when moon, I mean, depends on what kind of moon you're talking about. If you're talking about a joke moon, maybe now. Maybe joke moon to test the supply line again at 2878, 29, 3000, right? 200 moving average there. I mean, that can happen. Whatever. The hidden divergence starts developing on the oscillators with a pivot here and engulfing. It could happen. It keeps rallying on. That doesn't mean you're in a bull trend, though. That is like the main thing you got to take from today's sermon, I guess. I don't know, man. What do you even call this stream? It's like, it's nice that you're pivoting, but it's not, nothing's reversed. Nothing significant has happened today besides you didn't collapse. So big round of applause for all the markets for not collapsing. Okay, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Let's look at total, you know. Total. Total market cap. That's, you know, it's just right there is so. I don't care what it does next. You can't tell me that when an asset has a massive markdown, rallies to test an old historical support resistance as resistance once, sells off, then rallies again to confirm, to test it again and fail. You just can't tell me that's bullish. Again, like, if it rallies, what is that? I mean, that's, what do you want from me, dude? All I'm telling you, there's like confirmation high is in at the most ridiculously strategic area ever for a bear. Yeah, for a short to like, hey, this is gonna collapse. It's gonna mark down majorly because we now know what was once resistance is resistance again. And that's confirmation, but it hasn't happened. It's not happening. The market is holding up for now. No collapse. Okay, so it means like, you know, you're in a downtrend, it's very well established, and you're doing bearish things in the bearish trend. Okay. Wait, did I even show y'all? Was that even on the screen? I didn't tell if was I talking and you didn't see what I was pointing at? Confused here. Screen stuck. No, here's what I'm talking about. One high and then the second high. At that level. At the first level ever. February. I mean, you just can't tell me that's bullish. But again, if it just keeps hanging, doesn't make a lower low, just same low and rallies again, then all of a sudden it's like reaccumulation at this level, I guess. All right, where you make the low, the higher low, the higher low, the higher low again, but then the exact same low. That doesn't invalidate the accumulation argument until you fall below it. Like Bitcoin already fell below it, but it's still above that other mini low. So, okay. Bitcoin, Ethereum, total, BNB, because it's a third largest crypto market cap. It's up, you know, really not breaking down or anything, right? It's just kind of hanging in there. I mean, whatever. Maybe it's not a bear flag. Maybe it's turning into something else. I don't know. Yeah, I just had like 1 and 2 on the top and 1 on the bottom, and then everything correlated to it afterwards, and then it broke it. The bearish and golden candle yesterday. And it's just not going anywhere. And it's still above 330. I figured we see 350 at least for a back test. But hey, whatever. It hasn't happened yet. Maybe sellers are more tired than we think, man. At these levels where, like, I just figured there'd be better price action at these levels. Where we all know, like, 2 things happen. You know, and you think more so like, they won't hold this time because they already did hold. You rallied, confirmed major tops across the market everywhere, right? And now you're right back at it. That's what leads you to believe it's just not the same context as it was before in September going into October. It's just not. But whatever, that's kind of the theory that has not been validated yet because you have not broken those supports yet. So, hey, Batson, thanks, dude. Yeah, man. Interesting times. Interesting times. All right, so still safe, I guess. Look, I mean, like, the high is the same high, then a lower high, and it's like, what? More distribution locally after a massive markdown. It's just not bullish behavior, but again, saved by Amazon. Now I'll go to Cardano. That again, for like 2 weeks now, literally 2 weeks, this asset has been consolidating at a support. You're not supposed to be given 2 effing weeks to buy an asset at a support. That's just right. You were given literally less than 4 hours to buy January 10th. You know, if after the back test of that top part of the support, right? You were given, right, every single time, very limited amounts of time at these levels before rallies, right? I mean, here it's like 12 hours for a bounce, you know, dumped again, but then like, hey, look, dude, 3 days down here, okay, And then like once more, how many, like 3 days again, 2 days, 3 days. Yep. Let's see, when you were down here again, 3 days, right? You're only given like 3 days at this level historically. Look at this. Look at these wicks, man. Crazy wicks for, think about the swing, December 4th. No, that was May. Oh my God. Sorry. Thinking about December 4th. But think about in May, like you hit that level and then within 1 day, literally 1 day on Cardano hitting that support, it rallied 90% before reversing and literally going right back down to that same level. So in 1 day, it swung 90%, from that low. And then in 3 days, it then swung 46% downward. Dude, that is insane, man. So I'm just saying, right? Very limited amounts of time to go long before the rally to the next resistance. And here, look, dude, July, same thing. And then you got this crap going on that's never happened before at this support. Never spent, again, 12 to 13 days just hanging out, literally hanging out. So that's why and it's only after this, and again, I'm beating a dead S coin, same market analysis, but I want to spend some time on the amount of time at this level, and that's the anomaly. That's why it's not as good as it's always been at this same support. Okay? But yeah, people be like, shorting at a support, or, it normally is bad. It normally is not a good idea, but again, you had your chance. The bulls presented their argument, and it turned into this. Confirmation of less market participants, and a lower low. Whatever, dude. Yeah, pump it, dude. Pump it. The whole market, Amazon. Let's do it, dude. See how long it lasts. Soluna. No, wait. I always think, dude, I'm telling you, there's a restaurant around here called Sol El Luna. Sol Al Luna. So I always think about, when I think about Sol, I think about Luna. I think about Luna, I think about Sol. So it messes me up, dude. Predates these S coins. So hey, it dumped and then went to the demand line of the now looks like a bear flag, and did what? It bounced because the market is bouncing collectively. Not just crypto, it's everything. Thank you, Amazon, for protecting Sol from getting devastated for now. I just still look at it. Oh yeah, there could be upside. It goes to 118 max pain, for people like, if you're in a bear market, it doesn't always just go straight down. Even after consolidation, it can run up one more time to fake everyone out, to make people think that it's actually recovering, when in actuality it's just extending on the bearish consolidation, inducing some more buying, because that might be needed. But I just don't know how you can look at this with a straight face and be like, oh yeah, this is so awesome. Like I can't. Oh yeah, Sol's going to literally reverse here and go to moon. Gross. Anyway, so that was those were the bigger ones, right? Those are the bigger S coins, and then you got maybe notable. Atom, oh my god, dude, look at Atom on the far. It's just ridiculous, dude. It's like it's over. Like it's over for this asset, and then no, it's not. Then it's not over. It held again. It's like confirming the bottoms in and is back above all the zone of inflection. Right? I mean, that's pretty spectacular comeback where it was over. It had broken support not once but twice, and then rallied, and it looks like it's gonna try to make a run for 33 to 33.85. That's the big M shape, the XABCD at the PCZ really, and the PCZ was $28 and it fell below it and went to 100% drawdown at 25.33, and the support, and then it's right back above it. It's just like, dang, man. So, but the problem is, you notice the downtrend is the high, the lower high, the lower low, the lower high, the lower lows. So it rallies. It is in a downtrend short term until it breaks $37. Clearly, all right? So it could rally to 33.85, test it as resistance. make people think, oh my God, it's back on for Adam, and then just another lower high, and then a lower low, and then the downtrend continues, and you go for a full reset or something. All right, so just, I get it. It's a decent day today, and it wasn't though. It wasn't a good day until Amazon reported earnings, and you caught some. I mean, I don't know. All the cryptos were somehow rich benefactors of that. So, okay, you know, KNC up 10%. It's crazy, right? Look at this. Like a rising wedge kind of on this asset, and it last night it looked like it was going to roll over, but it engulfed and held the demand line and has rallied. That's what I'm talking about on Ethereum. It goes up to 2,900 and tests the top of the wedge again. Sure, but it's still right there. You think it'll break upward? You think it's going to see 231 again? I mean, it could see 231 again, but dude, you are still confined within the parameters of this wedge perfectly. Maybe you get some more bearish divergence, but yeah, a big one rallies here, man. I guess it's on for KNC to go to 230 to break out to the upside on this. Something kind of interesting on KNC is look where this 4-hour candle close was right here. You're not above that yet. Not above that currently. 206. So I wonder what's going to happen there. Interesting. Okay, so let's go to let's check out Amazon, because that's like the darling of the day. Where at first, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like this thing was in so much trouble, dude. Like it was screwed. And then say about earnings, look, man, it's like this is the mega range you'd been in since July of 2020. You created it, kind of, you know, in 2020, and then you up thrusted through it twice. You confirmed the top, double topped, broke the neckline too, and you were out. It was done. And then good earnings, and this is where it is right here, $3,200-ish. It's up 15% after hours, but it was down 8%. Right, it gapped down and is now gapped up. It's all over the place, man. So at least you're safe now until you fall back below it. 28.77. You're okay on Amazon. I don't know if we consider this a breakaway gap or what. We'll have to find out tomorrow. We'll have to look into it tomorrow when it opens and see how, if it gives up all its gains or not. I don't know that jobs report's going to be. We got less than 30 minutes till your daily candle close in crypto. So nice stuff here. Snapchat again was screwed yesterday. It was over, dude. It was down 23% to close. It look, this is where it closed the day. 24.60 gapped down, but then massive gap up on earnings. 38.43 up 58.86% after hours. Totally normal, chat. Totally just normal swings in price on everything. Facebook, right? Ford's down. Ford kind of got hit, but you know, I think it's kind of warranted now, man. I think Ford's had its run. If maybe I think that could be a buying climax, you know, in mid-January as it just kept going, dude. Filled the gap, and again, it's down, you know, 4%, not much. It was down 3.959% in the day, and then another 4% after hours. So that's, you know, 7.6+%, you know, downside on the day. Still above that 200 moving average on the 4-hour. Let's see, it's still above, you know, the 2011 highs, 2014 highs. Yeah, so that's good. It's going to be testing those levels, and hopefully it can sustain. You know, if you look at the weekly on Ford, it's going to take out a lot of the noise. You can clearly see what was once resistance might maybe become support here, and that could be amazing, dude. Literally amazing. Let me just plot the gray for you so you can just see how incredible it is, right? I mean, you stay above 1737, all is well. It'll you know, pivot and rally again to $25, and then maybe eventually go to all-time highs. 37.43. That was back 1999, dude. The one just tech stocks that went nuts. Okay, so let's just real quick, you know, damage report, Captain Picard meme. Here's your Captain Picard meme on Facebook. That's a nice candle, isn't it? Real nice candle on Facebook. Lowest RSI you've seen since 2012 when it IPO'd. Wow, on the weekly. What's up, Jacob? Got to grab a Citadel mug for my collection. Thanks, Mitch, for the education. As always, definitely look forward to Miami in April for the conference. I'll be there. Oh, I haven't really scheduled anything, man. You know, the meetup was fun last year, but to me, like, and just hanging out with everyone was amazing. My least favorite part of the entire trip to Miami was the conference, was the Bitcoin conference. I mean, that was just like, it was tax write-off and stuff, but it was, to me, like, I just don't have a passion for the stuff that they talk about. Like the developers of the blockchain, it's like they're imperative and needed, but like my eyes kind of glaze over. Sitting for hours in those conferences is almost like torture. I'm like thinking about, man, when I get out, where are we going to eat? Let's drink, let's hang out, let's enjoy life while we're in Miami instead of just sitting in a room. So still above the 200-week moving average, dude. But it looks like you're going to be testing it for the first time since the COVID crash. Yikes. Big yikes. Okay. So let's move on. Let's, you know, these are like notable assets. Let's go to the S&P now. You know, like we do. And, you know, weekly kind of almost bullish pin bar. I think it looks better on futures. But yeah, I mean, something happened. You got a bearish 5-0 going on. You got hidden bearish divergence. Wait a second. Is this? It's open right now, right? Thought it had a big rally. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about S&P futures. Sorry. Wanted to. This is what I'm. Yeah, we already looked at that, but that's the way it'll probably open tomorrow, kind of in the green because of Amazon. So, but the S&P, like that's what I'm saying. S&P closed, and it was just like, that's bad. I mean, that's starting to roll over. On the daily, it was technically like, this is like real, dude. This was an abandoned baby reversal. I tweeted about it because it's just cool to see. You know, you have this 3 Japanese candlestick pattern. We have a green candle on the first one. Second one gaps up. It gapped up clearly, right? Traders settled up 45, 47 yesterday. Then the next day, or sorry, 2 days ago. And then yesterday, you opened higher than the previous close. And then you did whatever. Fill the gap kind of. But then you closed above it with that open gap. And then you gapped down. And then you did have bad price action. That's textbook bearish abandoned baby reversal. But, you know, could be short-lived because Amazon or something, right? But we kind of had an idea that you're at the top of the golden zone at the 618. And this is where, right? X, A, B. B ends and then C begins. The C wave. How far will this retrace? You're praying. If you want this uptrend to continue, long-term uptrend, you just want to see a higher low get established in the previous low and then begin to rally. I think that's going to be a good argument for a better, more established rally that would take you to 886s. Making a lower low, you still could be okay, but it's never really, you never want to see lower lows because that is like indicative of, you know, less market participants owning them before, not accumulation. And then, you know, it's just more distribution on the lower highs. So, yep. You got a gap to fill though now. Like there's an open gap. So Amazon, okay, we filled that gap pretty easy at around 4,600. But yeah, you worry, and if you take out Amazon, that's real. Like hidden bearish divergence developing, so it's implying continuation downward. Okay, then that's what will give you the next test. We would test the same lows or maybe higher lows. Okay. Man, I had a tornado warning earlier, dude. It was crazy. All the sirens were going off. That was like the first time I'd heard the actual sirens. They were like really close to my place. So at least I know I'll never miss them if they go off. But yeah, Dow Jones, what did it do? We We were here yesterday. Looked at it. This is where it closed. It closed at the August 16 peak. It also reversed at the August 16 peak and is now testing the old high from May 10th. Potentially as support. I think that would hold. But yeah, the hidden bearish divergence argument on the 4-hour clearly in development. Lower high, and we're talking about the X, the A, the B. We think B might be over because of the 50% 618 zone, golden zone. And we're going to maybe back test 34.3. That would be optimum, right? Think about it like this. If for a bullish argument, bullish theoretical argument, what you'd want to see is, you know, Dow Jones, oh man, things just aren't going well, dude. Jobs report, but then you sell off and then you just pivot. You back test this old demand line as demand line for real. Like you fell below it. So market participants oftentimes like verifying that the old demand line or the old supports are real supports again. So you go down and you just, you know, briskly touch it, test it, and you start rounding out, you start rallying again. And then that's when you get that more complex wave structure, right? Where you've got the drag and in the uptrend, right? And then it breaks that supply line and then runs to an 886. And then at that level, all kinds of things could be going on, right? And then you got the, right? It's just like this. Just like an M or a W shape, right? So we're in the midst of painting probably a more complex structure. Worst case scenario is an A, B, C. This is like where the market's crashing and
hey dude,
yeah, volatility spiking and you know massive deleveraging. Holy crap, we're screwed. This would be what was going on, right? I mean, that's also possible, but that's your very bearish outcome. So Jayed, thanks. Sorry about that. Yeah, Unity software. We'll look at it. We will look at it. Thanks, dude. Okay, so we got less than 20 minutes now until Bitcoin's daily close as we look at the Dow Jones. Okay, and then you got the Nasdaq, which will have a, you know, decent rally. Probably tomorrow a little bit. Hidden bearish divergence, the insane underperformer. Very, very, very weak. Only retraced 46% of the way from the all-time high to the low before rolling over. Very bad, right? Again, like if the market is going to go recession, bear market or whatever, this is the one to be shorting, buying puts on. This or maybe the Russell 2000 because they are clearly underperforming. I guess you would say like if it's a bear market, it's actually outperforming, meaning it's losing more. It's retracing more shallow and losing more value faster anytime a reversal does happen on the other index funds. Like it'll be down 1.5%, the S&P, and then this one will be down 4%, right? That's clear outperformance or underperformance, whichever way you want to look at it. And that's why it's like it's your meal ticket, right? If you're going to take action on protecting your entire portfolio in a downtrend, right? Okay, weak. Very, very weak. I mean, it's bearish until you do something, right? I mean, it's really like that's the problem. It's so far away from its all-time highs that I just don't know how it'll take forever to get there. And by the time you get there, it could be this massive W shape that could be all over, right? It's already put in the lower highs, the lower lows, the lower highs. Hopefully no lower lows. Okay, so now we look at the worst. Save the best, or save the worst for last. Yeah, 1991. Yeah, that stagnation in momentum, applying probably some more downside. You might be going to 1926 to test that level again, but whatever. Very weak, right? One high, no one knows. You sell off. Oh, you confirm the bottom's in, then you rally, and you just make a slightly lower or a slightly higher high. You start rolling over again. It's like, is that almost a like confirmation low into confirmation high? So weak, dude. Like so bad. It's and anything below 2085 is garbage on Russell 2000. I mean, this, you know, it did hit that reciprocal ABCD PCZ at the 200, but to me, it's just it's miserable, man. Like this could be 1700s until there's actually real formal support. Lower highs, lower lows. Lower highs, lower lows. Nothing bullish about this right now. Sorry. Gold and silver were, well, at least I know gold was volatile today. Very, very volatile. Like, what? Scamming. It's scamming, dude. But it went down to 1789 to touch it like the Jesus and then rallied. What kind of insane pin bar is that? It's crazy, dude. It's freaking crazy. Again, if you are above this level, you are good. You're solid. That's it. Yeah, hidden bearish divergence kind of developing now on the 4-hour. Yikes. Again, we just like the daily. Like that daily is literally fine. That hidden bullish divergence is still developing. It's good. Everything's okay on gold for now. But, you know, clearing up noise. I mean, that is, there's nothing wrong with what happened today. You get that right. You're above all the levels. You're a hidden divergence. You're good. Like, you're above the 200-day moving average again. Nice. All is well. So it's like, I mean, I don't care what you could say about fundamentals of long being a good asset to own in these kind of market conditions. I'm not talking about that. I'm not some genius economist, market analyst. I just look at charts, all right? And we just identify the representation of accumulation and confirmation lows, right? And back tests of old supports as supports again. I don't know, like the market climate, what's in shape for gold? Is it going to roll over? I mean, based on this stuff, like, no, it doesn't look like, it looks more like it would rally, right? Just technicals. No fundamental talk on gold, all right? Sure, people would have different opinions. Chicago Mercantile Exchange's coronal mass ejections. Yeah, dude, that's it, man. Just kidding. But I know it's CME makes me laugh because that, like, I only think about that. I don't think about the sun's CME. Okay. XAG, you know, I think it was affected by some volatility too, but it's still there. I mean, it's still like not dead yet. Still trying to put in that higher low for now, but it did bearishly engulf. Not really much of an engulfing candle, but yeah, man, I'm just starting to feel some type of way. Like, it needs to really maintain that higher low here, really, really bad. I'd like it to start showing what a gold's showing, that hidden bullish divergence on the daily. I do like, though. I mean, if you like look locally, it's like one bottom. You tested that resistance as resistance, and you sell off, and then it's like, are you confirming that a bottom is in on the 4-hour? You're attempting to confirm that a bottom's in after making a higher low than the previous low and the previous low. So it wasn't. It's kind of still murky, but it's still, the argument for accumulation is still alive. It's not dead yet. Full reset, right? Low to high. That's like a 95% retrace, 90%. So all right, hey, power hour for Bitcoin, right? I mean, hey, dude, gotta love Amazon reporting earnings and saving Bitcoin's entire life, and all the altcoins. Everything's safe, man. Like, everything's safe because of Amazon. I don't know if I've ever seen anything this insane before. Like, it's literal whack. Adam H, Sean F, Jeremy A, thank you all for joining the Patreon. I really, really appreciate it. Be sure to sing the Patreon, the Discord. Thanks so much. Thanks, dude. It's crazy, man. It's like, wow. It's like, so I'm taking it, maybe tomorrow's going to be a good day for everything. You just don't know, man. You can't, like, make a discernible decision based on one asset beating earnings. And it's just like the earnings are 20%, 15, 30, 50% swings. That's not, like, healthy. When do you see that? I can't remember the last time earnings have been this insane, this volatile before. I can't remember. Can anyone else remember? It's like market participant for a long time was the last time we're seeing like 40% swings every day on all assets because they report earnings, up or down. Hair needs to be cut. Yeah, I need a haircut. I don't know. Just whatever, dude. Don't worry about it. But yeah, 12 minutes to your close. What's the daily gonna close at? What's it gonna look like? Nothing, dude. That's nothing. Like, that's just, it was rolling over and didn't roll over. But dude, I'm telling you, has anything changed in terms of like the development of hidden bearish divergence? Not yet. Has the bearish engulfing candle that was painted yesterday after testing and failing the supply line twice in 2 days, is that invalid? No, it's not invalid until Bitcoin gets a daily close above 38,712. That would be a lot of things technically going on if that happened, which you'd be going to like 40K to 42K if that happened. But for now, Look at this. Oh yeah, dude, the RSI downtrend, it's back testing it as support, chat. Get your hopium out again. Get it out, dude. Wait, anyone have an update? 2018, the volatility of earnings was like that. Yeah, AMD didn't hold up, yeah. But it was up like 8% yesterday. So I get it, man. Nice rally. Thanks, other markets. But yeah, I mean, to me, it's like you were in the middle of like nowhere. Like you are in, like, where are you? Oh, you're literally like kind of nowhere. Like, okay. Very, very thin, light volume in between these levels. So I guess it's maybe easy to manipulate price in between these levels. But either way, if you're talking about a range, top of the range is 38,952. That's established now. Bottom of the range, about 34K. All right, you could try to say 33K. I think it started here. This, like, it manufactured a bottom. It started rallying a little before rolling over again. And so it's like you could look at it like it's a zone or something, like the bottom end of the zone maybe. That's fine too. But nevertheless, man, you go up here. It's just wild to think that you confirmed a top, you sold off, then you rallied again, and it was such a pathetic rally, and there was all that exhaustion and the supply line, and it rolled over, and it's just somehow gonna like recover after that. It just kind of crazy, man. I don't think so, but great for altcoins, I guess. Oh yeah, are Bengals gonna win? I mean, dude, it's hard to bet against Joe Burrow, man. Hard to bet against Joe Burrow. Like, I would like to bet on the quarterback that actually beat Alabama and didn't get curb stomped by Alabama. I don't know, though. Matthew Stafford did beat Alabama in 2007, I believe. And then 2008, though, curb stomped with, like, all their good players. No Sean Marino, AJ Green, and all of them. And then Joe Burrow beat Alabama, too, and won the Heisman. So, I don't know, man. That's a good metric, right? Which quarterback beat Alabama when he was in college? I already gave you your hopium. The RSI trend line. But that's bad, dude. There's very little hopium. But that's what Gandalf said to Pippin or whatever before the battle for Middle-earth. So you know how that went. Hold on, I think we have some requests, right? A couple. BFRI, let me get there before the local on the 8s, where we come back to Bitcoin to watch the close together. BFRI is a biotech that all this, immediately red flags, like on biotech, anything biotech, right? They don't make money ever. They never make money, and they're normally like news driven based on FDA approval or rejection, which makes or breaks them. But yeah, dude, sure. He's bringing it up. He it's not up 1,000,000% on the day, so that's great, right? He's trying to present the argument, hey man, this is a full reset on an asset. It went over 88% retrace from the low to high. But here's the thing, there's no wick there on that bottom, so you would not wick on the top. Candle close to candle close, yeah, 95+% retrace. Even if you did use the wick, would it matter? Not really. So I guess it was diverging a little bit. Not even on the RSI, dude. On the 4-hour, we'll see the daily. Daily showing positive momentum for the first time since December 29th. I mean, I look at this and I say, hey, it might be an area for value, but can you put value on something that doesn't make money at all? I say that about the altcoins too. Technically, it's at value perceived areas. Did it fill the gap? Did it fill the gap? The gap, man. It didn't even fill the gap. What kind of freaking joke is this, man? One does not simply retrace all the way and then just fail to fill the gap. That's crazy. Don't you think that gap fill would happen eventually?
George is dressing in all black because they are going to their funeral. Bearish curb stomp pattern confirmed.
Is that a joint?
What's up, Rush? Thanks to 420. That was what it was, yeah. That was it. Same with Cincinnati this year, right? Georgia got the last laugh, unfortunately. That's okay. They deserved it, for sure. They played extremely well. But yeah, I'm just kind of perplexed that, wow, you almost do it and then fail and then you rally. I mean, you know, like, I don't think there's a discernible edge. I don't think you just showing positive momentum for the first time in over a month, I don't think that's maybe enough valid of an argument to take along on anything. But yeah, I mean, if a more major reversal occurred down here, that's normally where they do occur, right? I know you probably want me to paint that. You're probably like over there like the guy that, when I haven't seen a harmonic painted in 5 minutes, you know, just like looks like he's constipated or whatever. Here it is. Here's your beyond 886 bat or something, right? Okay. Maybe get a type 2 then. Try to present a type 2 return or something. Okay. There's just not much to look at besides the value perceived areas. Yeah, 1.45 million. It's pretty light on volume too. Well, sorry, Matthew Ray, man. Just all right. Hex was the next request. That's up 0.74% today. You know, it's just, to me, like, what are you doing, dude? This is starting to just, I don't like long extended periods of time at PCZs, you know, and then just like you're testing 20 cents, which is a support resistance, and you're failing, and then you're making lower highs and another lower high, and you soon maybe testing 17 cents again. I mean, like, Composite Man knows this is the area. If you know, this should be the area, dude. It's like everything's kind of lining up the way you'd want it to for bulls, except the price action, right? You're bullish divergence, and then you start building positive momentum. The bids start coming in normally, and they haven't yet on Hex. So you keep this up too long, you won't hold 17 cents. You'll break it and start selling off, and might see 12 to 10 cents again. So it's getting near that time where hurry up before lower highs get put in locally, and then you just roll over. So I don't know. I mean, you were at one time today, you were at 19.3 cents. Things were looking good until you break 20 cents, though. That's kind of the cutoff, I think. Clearly, 20 cents is everything. It's like if you break 20 cents, the Gartley's going to play out. You'll go to 27 cents probably. But if you don't break 20 cents ever, then you're going to test 17 cents again and eventually absorb remaining demand and then roll over and then go down much lower prices. So it's kind of do or die time. Do or die areas, even though I'm saying do or die for the past 10 days, 11 days, right? Yikes. Bitcoin with power hours going to close at session highs. You know, this typical price action at the end of the day. It's either at its lowest point of the day or the highest point of the day. How many effing times have we seen that? It doesn't mean like what's going to happen tomorrow is going to continue, or what happened at the end of the day is going to continue tomorrow. It's just something we are identifying. There's 3 minutes left, and again, session highs on Bitcoin, or soon to be session highs on Bitcoin, and engulfing. You're going to be showing a bullish engulfing candle. We're just going to hang out here for 3 minutes, and then we'll get to the... There's only one more request after this, so we're good. Let's just watch it. We'll do it early. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's not really out of support. It's just rallying because the futures rallied. Why did the futures rally? Because Amazon is up 15% after hours. Amazon makes up like 10% of the Qs. It's a market mover, a market driver. When a market driver is up 15%, everything goes up, including crypto now. So two minutes, chat. 2 minutes till the close. And Bitcoin keeps inching up to its highest level. Yeah, DXY in about a day now, less than 24 hours. Here's Bitcoin, chat. Literally 2 minutes before the daily closes, right? 2 minutes. And it's pumping now. It's up $400 on the day. Hey, where's it going to close, chat? In a minute 30. Where could it go? It could go anywhere, dude. Use your imagination. If you're having a hard time identifying harmonic patterns on your own, you need to invest in yourself. You need to buy books, Scott Carney's books, particularly. And you need to go watch his videos, harmonictrader.com or harmonic trader on YouTube, whatever, if you want to learn more about harmonics. That's the way to do it, man. But really, you need to learn about them and then begin to attempt to identify them yourself. Past harmonics that have already played out. You go to the weekly or the daily on the Forex market or just any stock, right? Apple, it doesn't matter. And you just start looking throughout all the years of data. Look for the harmonics and have your book, your educational resources next to you. So when you identify the W or the M, you plot it with your M-shape tool, right? The harmonic tool, the XABCD tool. And then you plot it, and then you look at all the Fibonacci nodes, right? Or you look at all the coordinates, and then you start looking in your educational resource, like what harmonic is this? Okay, this was a Gartley because of all the criteria.
Can we look at DKNG? Thanks, Mitch.
What's up, Chance, dude? Yeah, we'll look at DraftKings. But we're just 1 second, and a new day has been born. A bullish and golden candle was painted on the 4-hour. You did it, chat. Amazon saved the world, including Bitcoin. It's over, dude. I guess 100K next target, chat. Very strong close on the 4-hour. Closed at its highs of the day, too. Just, so not as bad, but still, I don't think that warrants too much celebration yet because you are not above a supply line, and you do really need to. I'll feel a lot more comfortable about Bitcoin when you get a daily candle close above $38,720. That's when I'll feel a lot better, because by then you're breaking the supply line and you're invalidating the bearish engulfing candle, and you're probably at that point maybe starting to try to invalidate the hidden bearish divergence argument. That if you don't have a good day today, it's just going to continue to lose its positive momentum, which again further develops that argument for a continuation downward. So, yep. Cue the Asian selling. Maybe not this time, dude. They sure as heck did some last night. None of it mattered, though. None of it mattered, though. I just think we're in some sort of range within a range. It's like rangeception. You can clearly see it. 4-hour. Okay, so we'll just look at Ethereum real quick, I guess. Because it's also local. Hey, nice massive bullish engulfing candle, hidden bullish divergence on the 4 hours in development now. Okay, that means maybe you probably on this 4-hour candle even back test 2656 as support if it's real. Confirm its support again because you fell out for a minute, and then you rally, and you could very well see 2865 if this is actually going to play out on the 4-hour, right? Hidden divergence, continuation upward implied after terrible performance of the bearish divergence, which should take you to massively lower levels. It underperformed. It did pretty terrible. It just manifested into another higher low on Ethereum for now. So just the outperformer Ethereum currently is still outperforming Bitcoin. Bitcoin made a lower low than its January 31st low. You get that, right? And here's Ethereum over here making a, very decidedly higher low than previous low. So if you're enjoying the bullish engulfing candle on the 4-hour for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I'm sure many other alts, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Thanks for being here on this Wednesday. I'm sorry, Thursday. What am I thinking, dude? Sorry. Very good. Very, very good. But again, you can continue on it. You can show accumulation in a downtrend. You are right now. You are in a downtrend showing accumulation. A lot of times that accumulation, you can extend on longer than you can stay solvent because you're bearish, because it's a bearish trend. People get stopped out, and it goes to 2,900 for a real actual test and then rolls over. Look, you're below the 200 moving average on the 4-hour. You haven't even touched You haven't even touched the 4-hour 200 moving average since December 27th. You haven't touched it once in 2022. You haven't been overbought one time on the 4-hour in 2022. That's crazy, right? Do you understand? Not overbought one time this year on not a that significant of a time scale. When will that change? When will we breach that trend going on? Excuse me. Okay. So let's get back to the next request, which was you, literally you. And Kathy Woods. Get wrecked, Kathy Woods. Get wrecked. Right, there was this level. It's kind of this zone. You're below it. Hidden bearish divergence. God, on the 4-hour. I mean, yeah, you're probably like, hey, man, from that low from May 10th, 886 maybe, but as breaching the zone, I don't know. Is it even really that strong of a zone? It's just that resistance from September 25th of 2020, and you can clearly see price action correlated there. But you're below it. Anytime you're below, that's very, very bad, man. The momentum is so bearish right now. Let's look at the daily. Maybe the daily will help us here. Nice bat pattern. That went well. But I don't even think we have any, like, you know, the waves. We don't have that up here. You were bullish divergence, but again, dudes, you're down 10% on the day, but then you rallied and you're up 14% after hours. You're back above 102.75, which is that peak from September 2020. So if you're above that, you're okay. But now you're going to gap up with an open gap. I could definitely see that gap filling. Anytime from your previous low to high, you hit 88. You did hit an 886 literally twice, and then on the like when you made your lowest daily candle close since literally May 20th of last year, you then gap up on earnings. That's just not something that you want to take a long on when it just did that. Clearly, there, you know, on the daily, it's only reacting at an 886. It's not, you know, double bottoming. It's not inverse head and shouldering. It's not doing any kind of, you know, structural development that many people around the world can identify and then all go long on together. Like, hey, people around the world can see an M shape here, an 886. People can also identify stuff like at like deep levels. People can identify that momentum is shifting, right? That's like a textbook inverse head and shoulders. Okay, people identified that. There was hidden bullish divergence to boot on the right shoulder, but it was like the spring back above that level, and you know that really gave you validation that this was possibly going higher after losing 88% of its value. So I think there's just so much more work to do before you can say like, oh, I can't wait to take a long on you, even though it hit an 886. Just like this did. It hit an 886 May 11, 2021 from its previous low. But a lot of stuff had to happen before you felt good about it, really, right? And even really, I mean, like, in the end, if you separate from one low to the next low, there was like an argument here too. There was like RSI bullish divergence. There was even MACD classic bullish divergence down there too. It was really real. I mean, it's very real. Let me change that. That's hidden, so it's teal. Always try to color code the divergencies. But yeah, you got some MACD bullish divergence. The RSI looks terrible though. Looks awful. I mean, I don't like the way the RSI looks. Yeah, we'll see. Stay above $100 and you might be okay. you might get a reversal here at this level, okay? Dude, what is it doing? There we go. That's your U, and the next one was DraftKings. All right, DraftKings was down almost 6% today, up after hours 2.19%. Is it because DraftKings is good? No, it's because Amazon. It's because like everything is affected by market drivers, just about. DraftKings had an 88% retrace. It made a full reset. The whole chart is an M. It's actually trying to not, the 886 is confluent with a peak that goes back to February and March of 2020. So you're at a level where, hey, where's the reaction? Well, just like we looked at on you way back, look at the RSI, the way it looks. The RSI and the MACD look incredible. See, these are like 4-hour trend lines identified. Sorry, I'm just going to adjust them and make them for the daily. Take out 4 hour. Yeah, so I mean, like, there you go, dude. You're at the pattern completion zone of the bullish shark. That pattern completion zone happens to be lined up with an actual real support from history, and sellers are implying that they are exhausted. So your argument here is actually not too bad on DraftKings. It's actually like, those are some interesting variables all converging at this area. That's what you want. You want the strongest argument possible when an asset hits some sort of pattern completion zone or critical support. There's just a lot of good things happening at this $18.78 to $20 area on DraftKings. There's no confirmation low though, right? There was the highest volume spike in the history of the asset, I think like on the 27th or the 26th. For my Irwin, and congrats becoming something. Hold on. What did you say? Congrats on becoming an Uncle Mitch Kangs. Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson. Get my sunglasses out. Thank you, dude. So I don't know if you can say it's actionable here, but it's certainly at low risk areas, and it is implied that there could be a more significant rally here. When's earnings? It says like February 18th. So it's coming up in a couple weeks. I don't know how that's going to go, man. Flip your coin. But yeah, these are areas to be putting something on a watch list to monitor them, because this is exactly where major reactions could occur. But you need confirmation, right? You need something. Like it could rally here because of the divergence. You see it all the time. Hey, maybe it rallies, dude. It's not right now, but it runs up, maybe tests $28 and then sells out, rolls over, and then comes right back down that same level. And then all of a sudden, what happens, right? You end up maybe getting like triple bullish divergence, or you start showing some hidden bullish divergence on a higher low. That's normally where you want to be taking action, because you could just be waiting around. It rallies, you make some money temporarily, and all the scalpers, they take their profits at just shallow moderate retraces, and then it dumps again to come for a second test, and may fail, could roll over, and then all of a sudden you see 1041 because the market conditions have deteriorated. They're not like they were. We're maybe not in a bull market. We're still trying to decipher if the index funds are actually reversing their overall trend. They could be, That was the last request. We've been live for an hour and 10 minutes. If you join live stream, like button, bell, sub. Thanks so much for being here. Sweet. We've been across the markets though, man. We've been across the markets. You're kind of updated on things. If you want to know maybe about some more stuff, sugar futures, right? Bearish on sugar futures, but here it is. Look at that daily bearish engulfing candle yesterday. I mean, you gotta love that. You gotta love the fact that it is below the 200-day moving average, bearish engulfing candle, and so far pathetic price action after the engulfing candle. Nice indecision. And that helps me gain more confidence to believe that it may not hold and could be rolling over soon, because look at the hidden bearish divergence and the third peak. Well, you know what happens on assets after their third peak, after really nice rallies, nice runs that lasted for a long time. you start showing 1, 2, 3, classic distribution, 2 valleys. This will be your confirmation line. I think of this bearish potential pattern. The bearish, call that the 3 falling peaks pattern. Measure move would take it 16, 18 levels, much lower. Can't be surprised. Sugar. Remember, it's not just that structural development, it's where it's developing. It's at a 786 retrace from that 2016 high to low, and it's also at a 1.618 from this high to low. Confluence out the yin yang here. $20 too. That's a massive psychological resistance too, right? And you failed 3 different times to breach $20, man. 3 different times, like 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. That is very weak price action. That's market participants doing everything they freaking can. It's like a triple top now turning into classic distribution, right? 3 failures, and now market participants are offloading their position, and a more significant drawdown would occur soon. It should be soon based on everything, right? Engulfing, divergence, daily time scale. You know, we're getting there. You know.
Vile on the daily, please.
What's up, CB? Thanks for 20, dude. Yep, we will we'll take a look. Yep. Vislink Technologies. Right? Hype. So on this one, yeah, of course, man. I see why you're requesting it. That's always good when I can see why. But again, yeah, lower risk areas near all-time lows. Already broke another more major area, I think, like where it has reversed. So it's going down for that 74 cents. Dude, if it's at 92 cents, you can't. I don't think you can touch this asset till 75 cents. I mean, there's like literally nothing here. It just made like a 90. It's like exceeded an 886 retrace from that low from the COVID crash. There's no structure. There's nothing. There's no Bulkowski pattern. Yes, congratulations on having some bullish divergence develop, and then this is it. You had a bearish engulfing candle 2 days ago. There's no RSI argument. There's no divergence there either. Normally you want that to develop too in the end. I think one would just be waiting for 75 cents or something. Like the long term is just, how can you want to be going long on anything that looks like this? Because how could anything bullish on all it does is sell off? Like you get these spikes and they just roll over, and it's like, you know, historically, no matter what you do, it's going to collapse and make lower lows. But it's just gotten to a point where it's just all it's been doing is selling off. It's finally stopped completely collapsing and making lower lows. But actually, more recently, it has made a lower low than its previous low from November 20th. Lower lows. And after the pump and dump, a lower high. What does that mean? Distribution's actually going on VISL. And then even another lower high than the previous high. Then a lower high. Then now all of a sudden, you're testing that 200-day simple moving average as resistance. Now you're below it, right? You want to be always above that 200. Now the 200's down sloping. Who cares if it rallies here? Like you would be looking for something that, you know, it is back testing levels back from 1975, 1985, 1990-ish, right? You're back testing those signals. It's not. It's not at all. It's all it does is sell off, right? Over and over and over again. So, no, you would never long this. You'd look for opportunities maybe to short though, but it's 704,000 volume, so it's not even like, doesn't even meet 1 million volume criteria. It's not liquid enough. So to me, I'm just, dude, I can't get this thing to scale back. It's ridiculous, man. You see what I'm having to do to scale because it's so destroyed.
F's in the chat. I caught the China virus finally. Not communism, the other one. Thank you, TA man and family.
Hot Carl, thanks, dude. Wishing you a speedy recovery, man. Please be sure to, I mean, I'm sure everyone in the world has told you what to do because everyone's a doctor. Everyone did tell me when I got it, you know, last month. Take zinc, vitamin C, hydrochloroquine, stay hydrated, rest, Don't die. All right. I think you'll be fine, though. Hot Carl. I hope so, anyway. So, yeah, I just, like, I get your request because it's so destroyed, but who cares, man? Like, just find something that find something that's all it does is make higher highs, higher lows its whole life, right? Not lower lows, lower highs its whole life. You're not looking for value on losers. Because there's probably not real value on losers. The losers are, oh, we're rallying. Like, hey, though, I'll tell you this. I mean, it is real. Like, it is actually literally real. You can understand value. Even on something as trash loser as this. I don't think it was a valid M shape anyway. It was a 28%. No. But even still, right? 886. It went to a 95% retrace before reversing. But you can clearly see, was it really that, or was it more so this first level of support right here? It was manufactured in 2019. You pretty much sprung above it, and then you're like back testing it. And then it's just a Wyckoff accumulation range maybe. Locally, momentum shifted, all of a sudden a low, then the higher low, then another high low, that third low, that third valley, the rule of three. The third valley just happened to be really holding up above that level. That's really good, you know. Round it out, clearly see that locally. That's good price action. Engulfing candle to boot. January 4th of last year. Dang, and that turned into crazy run. So are you showing any of that? Are you showing like this long extended amount of time hanging out, doing nothing, and all of a sudden you're making higher lows now consecutively? No, you're not doing any of that, right? So it's not even close to the same argument at the same type of retrace, you know, 95+%. Okay, so sorry, dude. I'll tell you one thing, platinum, I was monitoring, dude, platinum, if you want to talk about the most critical areas ever, just go to platinum. Talking about two different resistance points that are confluent with each other. You have the supply line that started February of last year, tested 4 different times now. It's not just the downsloping resistance. It is also the 200-day simple moving average that you failed November of last year and plummeted after touching it like the Jesus, right? Clearly, that helps us understand this is real. I mean, that has definitely been regarded, and it might be regarded again. It is. Look, scaling. You can see the 200. Look how many days. How many days have you been unable to breach that level? But it's like now lined up with the supply line, and at the same time, it is a horizontal line resistance that goes back to 2015. Look, 2017. I mean, and then you got 2020. You're actually slightly above some of these peaks. So I'm just telling you, there is a bullish harmonic, double bottom, bullish dragon pattern on the cusp of a massive breakout. God, if you can break this 1053 level, historically, besides that one time in August 2016 where it pumped and dumped, I mean, it is a straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up affair, straight down affair, straight up, straight down, right? You break 1053 for real, you'll be going to 1337 again. So just remember, platinum looks freaking very interesting here. And it has reversed its trend. Higher highs, higher lows since the COVID crash. And now on the cusp of glory, maybe set up an alert. You start hearing a beep above 1053. It could be a massive breakout occurring on one of these, you know, one of our favorite precious metals. You want to see something nasty, chat? Go to rare earth metals. Rare earth metals, chat. It's not precious metals. It's all the stuff in China and they make electronics and stuff for. Look how beautiful. After an unstoppable run, chat. At critical areas. Look, 2016. Look what you did. June of 2020, a couple times. You back tested the spring. Just like GameStop. Spring, back test of spring, confirming what was once support is support again. And then moon. Where did the moon take you? To that peak from January. And then again, 112 from 2014. You exceeded that, but now momentum is shifting. Clearly, looks like you could be rolling over soon, and you're just at that neckline. You're just sitting there. Once that breaks, dude. Wow, it's gorgeous, is it not, chat? I mean, that is absolutely beautiful. One of the most beautiful looking head and shoulders out there right now, probably at all markets. So A lot of downside potential on REMX. Okay, well, I guess I've served my purpose for the day. Right? Dang, dude, now there's an amber alert. There was a blue alert yesterday, then a tornado warning today, and now an amber alert. Holy crap. Super active. Alabama, dude. Well, I guess I'll leave y'all to it. It seems like Bitcoin got a really nice 4-hour close that could manifest into some follow through. It always could anytime you're in the middle of literally nowhere where there's no support or resistance around you, really. Well, there is, but you already tested and failed to break it. So, I mean, you know, you could always pivot in the middle of a range and rally up. You can go test 38K. That's going to be a supply line again. If you break 38K, then you're going to have to go up and test 38.9, 39K. Then if you break 39K, then you got to deal with 40,665. Then you got to go to 42K. And you got to break that. Then you have to break 44 to 45K. Do you understand? Like it's like now, where you are right now in Bitcoin, $1,000, each $1,000 is going to be its own critical resistance that has to be broken until you breach 45K. Wow, dude. That's like, yeah, they breached Helm's Deep, dude. They breached Helm's Deep. We're in the throne room, and they're like trying to knock down the last door. Okay, well, as long as we can break through all these walls, we'll be okay. But if we don't, we're dead. We're in a downtrend still, right? Nuke it all. Yeah, one green candle. Take us above 46K in seconds. That would be wonderful. Pump streams will be back, but day 85 since the Hey song. You're never gonna hear the Hey song again. Bitcoin crossed me. All right. Well, I mean, that's it, dude, right? So I think, like, if you're watching to try to gain some perspective on the markets, Amazon Save Bitcoin, crypto, futures, index funds. And just upon you is 38K, then above 38K is 39K, then 40K, right? Each one is a resistance. There is technically no edge on Bitcoin. You think, oh, it's a lower low and higher levels of negative momentum. So that means that it's just bearish convergence. Nothing's really implying anything. But on Ethereum, it's different. Ethereum is implying potentially that there will be a continuation upward, outperforming Bitcoin, making a higher low, holding that heart line. Dang, man, that's some strong. That's crazy that it held. It's been resistance before. It's been support before. You know, it chops around. Really liked it here. So if it can hold that, I mean, then you could say take you up. It could take you to $28.69 to $2,900. That could be in store for Ethereum if the bullish indicators continue to develop. If the engulfing candle is real, then yeah, I think your target on Ethereum would be 2,900. So that means that Bitcoin would have to rally. So it's like, I'm just kind of confused here, right? This thing's beholden to Bitcoin's price action. Bitcoin's not showing an edge, but this is kind of trying to show an edge. Second largest crypto market cap, right? Yeah, I mean, like, Ethereum might be trying to say it's maybe going to rally again. Doesn't mean it's in a bull trend, right? You're not in a bull trend until you recapture highs above $3,400. Those are your previous highs. So until then, yeah, you're showing accumulation, but it's not the accumulation you really, I don't know, man. Like two upsloping converging trend lines, a massive rising wedge pattern developing in the midst of a downtrend is normally not bullish. It's normally not something to get excited about, right? Okay, dude. So yeah, it is in the cards because of Amazon, maybe job reports, you know, expected to be bad, but they're terrible, but they're not as bad as everyone expected. Then all of a sudden it's a surprise and the market reacts positively tomorrow. you could catch some follow through off this engulfing candle. And again, the target on Ethereum, if it holds here, would be $2,900. Just pray for Bitcoin. I don't know, like Bitcoin's not showing any of that, but it did engulf. But it's not making a higher low really. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's not holding support, or it's not even testing resistance right now. It's just hanging out, man. It needs $1,000. It's gonna be its own resistance, man. So have fun with that. Trying to guess. It's just not good environment or conditions right now. There were good conditions and environments to be longing assets, and I just don't think you're in that good environment right now for taking strategic longs, because nothing is really making sense. The index, or this, not the index funds, but just individual assets swinging 40% on earnings every single day. That's not healthy. That just doesn't happen, man. It's not normal. It's very, very weird. And we are still trying to figure out if the index funds are majorly reversing their long-term uptrend right now. Trying to figure that out. It takes time. So thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Pray for Bitcoin. Thank you, Amazon, for saving the day. There could be more upside just because of that. So I'll be back. Until next time, respect the T. Hey.